Coming to you from Australia, it's Idiot Box Radio. Please welcome the hardest working Type 2 diabetic in podcasting. It's Idiot Box Radio with your host, Tori.
Hey there friends, welcome to the show. I'm Tori, Idiot Box Radio. You're not, coming to you from the mean streets of Geelong, Victoria, Australia. I do hope that you're super well. What a barrage. Thank you so much for all the support you've been giving me on TikTok, and also the YouTube subscriptions have been building up a lot too. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you do subscribe on YouTube. It means the world to me. If you're watching it here, you may as well check out when the next show is available. A while ago I did a ghost story. It was pretty well received, and you guys said that you wanted to hear another one. So I'm going to tell you another ghost story that happened to me. I've had a few weird things happen in my life, and I'm not at all ashamed to share them with you. So buckle up, kids. It's going to be a doozy. Ooh, spooky. I was in the Navy when I was a child. When I was 17, turning 18, I was in the Royal Australian Navy for 8 years. Now, I didn't stay that age the whole time through, but I joined when I was 17. Stayed for 8 years. I was based up at HMAS Albatross. My last story took place there as well. And basically that base is batshit haunted crazy. I was a steward, which means my job was to look after the officers and to make sure that we waited on them hand and foot like good little servants. In any case, I was working the bar that night. I was a barman working the bar, able seaman steward. Seaman didn't mean ejaculate back then either. It meant seaman going to sea because you're a sea person. Though I was probably a seaman steward at the time. I don't think I became a able steward until I went to see what I could see. Just to let you know, that was a thing that I did. All right, so picture a bar where you drink. Thank you. All right, I'm working the bar. It's very late at night. I'm going through the procedure of closing up the bar. Now, the way that the officers' quarters work is they've got to wear their nice uniforms within the wardroom, the officers' mess itself. But out the back, there's a sports bar, which means they can come dressed shabby as fuck and get their drinks from a little door that opens up there. And the bar had closed. Most of the officers were gone, but we always left the sportsman's bar open for just a little bit. Now, as I said, this is at HMAS Albatross in Nowra, or near Nowra, New South Wales. So you may have been near there, and if you have, drop a comment below, say g'day. Fishing for that algorithm. I have locked the sportsman's bar. Now, it was a roller door, a metal door that you pull down, and it got padlocked, and it was a very solid door. And also the room which they could come into order, I'd locked both of those doors. So the sportsman's bar was fully locked up. The wardroom itself had been locked. No one was in there. No one could get access to there. And so it's just me by myself. And I'm polishing glasses. Yes, that's a thing. Polishing glasses for a function the next day because we can't have any water drippy drops on them. So I'm polishing the glasses, and I hear a polite knock on the sportsman's bar door. I look at the padlocks. I know I went outside and locked those doors, and I hear just a ting, ting, ting. Okay, I must have left one of the doors open. I unlock the padlocks, and I think, well, I'll serve them. It doesn't really matter. I unlock the padlocks, lift up the door, the shutter, and I look around. Sir, ma'am, no one's there. I go, maybe I thought to myself, I did call out, but maybe maybe they gave up and left. So I better make sure I go and lock those doors. So I go outside into the night, and both of the doors that give them access to that room, they're locked. They're fucking locked. And I'm like, okay, maybe a breeze, a draft. Knowing it was a knock. It was a knock. Knock, knock, knock. Politely done. These things always seem to happen in threes, don't they? So basically, now you guys may not see anything move there because I do put a green screen effect on behind me. The whole thing just moved and I nearly shit myself because my cat walked and bumped at the green screen with his tail, and all I could see in the camera was the screen moving as I'm telling a ghost story. Okay, it gets worse though. So I go back and there's hundreds of glasses I've got to polish. But now I'm starting to get freaked out. Remember, I'm younger, and this is scary. Like, it's weird. Scary, weird. Geez, talking's thirsty work. I go back, and I'm doing the glasses. And then the knocks come again, and they're harder. Still sounds like it's hitting the wooden frame around it, but it's enough to startle me. I am by myself. It's deathly quiet. It's about 10:30, 11 p.m. at night. I'm by myself. And after soiling my pants, I didn't, but I should have, I very cautiously undo the padlocks again. I lift up and I know I'm not going to see anything there. And I go, hello? There's nothing. By now, I'm a mess. It's fucking scary. And this will happen to me. Like, this isn't a story I'm bullshitting about. But basically, I closed them back down and locked them back up with the padlocks. And you know what? In hindsight, I feel so stupid because by then I should have already left. I shouldn't have stayed. It was scary. And I keep going about my business, polishing the fucking glasses. And eventually, I'm right near the shutter because I'm stacking the glasses in trays and putting them in front of that shutter. And what happened next made me yell. The shutter, the roller door, like on a garage, you know the material, the metal, the corrugated sort of metal. It's pulled down, it's padlocked. It is hit with so much force, the door buckles in. It doesn't break, but it buckles in at my face. Imagine hitting your garage door as hard as you can. That sort of motion, that bang, that buckle. It nearly hits me in the face. Like, it comes in enough that it scares the living shit out of me. I don't even open it this time. I duck down, like instinctively duck down and away from it. And there's these fridges that are below the bench. And I don't know if you know what a post-mix machine is, but it's that machine that makes like your soft drinks, like your sodas, your Coca-Cola, your Sprite. It comes with syrup and then it carbonates the water that comes out and it gets mixed up. Well, back in the old days, and I will say the old days because this is nearly 30 years ago now, that's scary to think of, but they basically, these machines were extremely heavy, and it was on this massive thick bit of block of wood, and it was just one of those things where it weighed a ton. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts and think about the best way to tell you about all this. It weighed an absolute ton. Like, if it had been pushed off the counter, it would have killed you very comfortably. Not like nowadays where there are a lot of plastic in them. These things were all metal, and on this, I don't know why they were on a big wooden bench, they just were. And I'm just below it, and I look up in time for the bench to be struck with such force by an invisible something that this heavy, thick block of wood with the machine on top lifts off the bench. Now, when I say that, it wasn't far. It was like about 2.5 centimeters, so maybe an inch. It lifts like an inch off the ground, but the whole thing lifts up and goes thunk, like something heavy dropping a small distance. Bang! And that's it for me. Fuck that shit. I'm out of there, and I race out of the bar. I don't even lock the fucking thing. And I go up to the naval police who are up near the front of the base, and I have to go in there and go, guys, I'm sorry, I'm the steward in charge of the wardroom. You're not going to believe me. This is batshit insane, but these things happened, and I'm not fucking going back. So if you want the wardroom locked, you'll just have to go back and do it yourself. And I know they sent people there, and I know they locked it up, and I know they didn't see anything, but I also know they never fucking wrote down my account of the events. I didn't get in any trouble because I went and told them, but it was fucking crazy, and it's true, and it happened to me. So that's my story of the bar at HMAS Albatross near Nowra, New South Wales, the helicopter base. Now, I did ask about it afterwards with other stewards who I worked with, and there was a bit of a rumour, a legend of some helicopter pilots who passed away in a training exercise at the base. Don't know if this is true, but that they used to get a little bit drunk and they'd show up at that sportsman's bar late at night when the stewards were there and just bang on the door until someone let them in. Though I'd lock the outside doors, but I guess ghosts don't really care about that, do they? In any case, I hope you enjoyed that story. I have got at least 3 more stories from that base. I am keen to tell you about them, so it's not my normal comedy stuff. It's not a review. It's just real life ghost stories. I like telling them. I hope you enjoy them. Please do subscribe. I'll see you. Go to idiotboxradio.com. Become a patron. I do audiobooks for you. There's lots of benefits, behind the scenes stuff, little bits and pieces that I think of that's only on Patreon, and you can get there at idiotboxradio.com. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.